When you're here in this region, you realize before it was about oil, this disaster started as a huge local tragedy, the deaths of 11 men working on that rig, the Deepwater Horizon. One of them was a man named Jason Anderson. He was a manager on the rig. The slang for his job title is tool pusher. And he worked for Transocean, the company that operated the rig for BP. Anderson had expressed concerns about how BP was running things. In Texas, his widow is telling a haunting story now for the very first time. She told it to our senior investigative correspondent, Lisa Myers.
Shelley Anderson says the last time her husband Jason was home, he seemed unusually driven to get his affairs in order before returning for his final week on the Deepwater Horizon.
Everything seemed to be pressing to Jason about getting things in order in case something happened. Teaching me how to do certain things on the motorhome so that I could go and do things with the kids and make sure that I knew how to do everything.
She says Jason, who was 35, drew up a will.
And one day Jesus came over for a visit
and went over what he wanted his daughter Lacey and his son River to have and to learn how to do.
On the way to the airport, he asked if something were to happen, would you and the kids stay here at the house?
And what do you think in retrospect he was doing?
He was taking care of me. He was taking care of me. He was taking care of Lacey. He was taking care of River to make sure that we were okay.
Shelley says during his last few calls from the rig, he was clearly worried.
I can remember him saying things, like, well, something's going on, but I can't talk about it right now. The walls are too thin. I'll tell you about it when I get home.
Jason Anderson's father told us that Jason had expressed concern that BP kept wanting to stray from procedures to finish the well faster, which Jason considered unsafe.
Jason had just been promoted to a new job off the rig and was packed to leave when everything went horribly wrong. Shelley says others there that night told her Jason died trying to bring the rig under control.
They hug my neck and tell me how wonderful Jason is and what a hero he is, and that he saved 115 lives. That's what they're telling me.
She says her husband often told her that if anything happened to him, Transocean would take care of the family. Yet soon after the accident, Transocean went to court to try to limit its overall liability, which is now before a judge.
They sat right here in this kitchen and told me that they would take care of us. I want to know how they're going to do that.
Do you feel that Transocean has lived up to its promises to you?
They're trying to limit the price of my husband's life, is what they're doing.
Transocean says it's committed to working with Shelley and other families to arrive at a just resolution as soon as possible. In the meantime, Shelley hopes that amid all the concern over the oil spill, no one forgets that 11 men are gone forever. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Midfield, Texas.